Out of 16 criteria, you got 13 wrong. 13 wrong. Not a very perceptive bunch, are you? Well, question. What? You want to know the answer, right? Okay, question. For you and I to get on really well, does it really matter what the answers are? In reality, does it matter what the answers are? It doesn't, because you did exactly to me just then what you did to the other 5 fellas before. You brought out a rubber stamp and you stamped me and stereotyped me based on what you think you see. Now, I've got to let you in on a secret. I know you think that way, because I am dressed tonight in a classic number 5 package that allows you to think that way. In fact, when I put this number 5 package on, I knew, walking in front of you today, that you would think I was an extroverted fellow from the city with a large introverted, short introverted fat wife. BMW playing golf. I mean, golf ruins a nice walk as far as I'm concerned. So I know you think that, because I dressed myself and packaged to create that illusion. Let me tell you how I'm packaged. I'm packaged tonight in number 5 high credibility clothing. 5 credibility points is the most you can get, all the way down to 1. You have no credibility in the first 4 minutes. Number 5 for a man or a woman is dark blue or dark grey pinstripe. I have a number 5 shirt which is white cotton, and IBM led the study showing that a white shirt in business for a man or a woman is 40% more believable than a colour. I have a striped military tie, number 5, gives me impact. I have lace-up shoes, black leather. Now, women prefer lace-up shoes on men, shows a sign of intelligence. You can do your shoes up. I also have a number 5 watch, which is plain gold face, ordinary gold band or leather band. It doesn't do very much, not very useful at all. It doesn't go 300 metres underwater or check the metre, as my social watch does, but it suits the number 5 impact. I also have socks all the way to the knee, number 5 socks. Name yourself. Number 5 haircut part of the left, clean-shaven face, because I'm aware of the villain impact. Here you have a walking number 5 package that lets you think I'm a 40 to 45-year-old BMW driving, short introverted, married with 3 children, etc. Now, number 5 suits have high credibility and authority in the first 4 minutes. Here are some of the best uses for this type of outfit. It's ideal for reading political statements where you need to have an impact. Looks like we've gone to the same sale, doesn't it? Now, here is Mr. Howard with the number 1 eyebrows, listening in a number 3 suit. The number 5s are ideal for going anywhere in the media where you need to establish impact very quickly. Reading the news, of course, you need to be believable. Weathermen don't wear number 5 because we don't believe them anyway. Dress to the nation, it's perfect. It's also the perfect uniform for meeting overseas visitors. And if you look at these 2 leaders, whenever they met on 5 occasions, each time you will see they are wearing number 5 so that they can't be outdressed by each other. These fellas coming back from the Myers 50% off clearance sale. Now here are the Hawks in their number 4s. The stripes are gone, dark blue, dark grey, no pinstripes, still very authoritative. The VHP boys in their number 5s. Here's number 3, a light grey. And when you wear a vest or a pocket handkerchief, you have a Playboy image in a number 5. Here is a number 3 with a number 5 tie. Got dressed in the dark, I'd say that day. Number 5s also work very well for women. The only thing missing here is some type of a necktie. Now, here's a man in a number 3 meeting another man in a number 5, and he's outdressed. Now, of course, you can see who's got the most presence, the man in the darker suit, Mr. Nakazomi. And Mr. Hawke's totally out of his depth in terms of colour codings here with his clothing. Here's a rare shot of Ronald Reagan in a number 1, light brown and tan. Notice he's got, just haven't got the impact. This is a big mistake. Now, I want you to, there's no presence. Contrast that to when the same man wears number 5. Look at that. He looks like he's in charge of the whole show. In a number 1, with all the colours of light brown that don't tone, there's just no presence. Here he's got tremendous presence. This guy's still got his pyjamas on from the morning before. Now, never ever go to any interview where you need credibility as a man or woman wearing these colours. Now, these colours, if you go in, your perception by other people, the way you come across in business will be something like this. Let me see a show of how many married men there are in this audience. Married men? Put your hands up. A couple of slow responses up the back there. Okay. 68. How many married women? Married women, hands? 36. All right. Now, can I see the hands of the single women? Single women? Just checking the action for a couple of the guys. How many of you at some point in your life have been or will go to an interview? Most of us. How many of you go to an interview as part of what you do for a living? Put your hand up. Now, there are some little techniques for making yourself more effective in an interview. There's some rights and some wrongs, and some strategies that will give you more presence, more credibility, and help you get what you want out of the interview. Now, you're going to meet two men going for the same interview. Now, this could be a job interview. It could be to see a bank manager to get a loan. It could be an interview to sell something or to persuade someone to go along with you. Nevertheless, it's an interview. Let's have a look at the first man going for the interview. Rule number one is get there early. Getting there early lets you park your car somewhere out of the rain. Also gives you a chance to get rid of any umbrellas or raincoats you've got. You don't have to rush. Never go to an interview carrying umbrellas, raincoats and so on. This is my twin brother Irving. Let's have a look at this fellow. He has a Salvation Army brown suit. His briefcase looks like he's going on holidays. He has a watch that shows he gets his films done at Kmart. He has long hair. He has facial hair and Veterans Affairs glasses. He's packaged for failure. Now, never enter anyone's office wearing this sort of thing. What's the umbrella? Now, the problem is he has no handshaking technique, so she's not sure whether he means to shake hands or not. How many of you have been through this? We'll forget about the mud on the carpet. Now, he's sitting directly opposite in the defensive position. That's the worst place he could sit. If he had been there earlier, he would have noticed he had a speck of mud on the inside of his nose. He's only just seen it. Now, the trick is how to remove it. Now, never ever go to an interview unless your clothing is neat, in good repair. Otherwise, they're likely to think you're the town drunk. Now, because he's in the defensive position opposite, he's got to pull the chair up. Never touch the property on someone's desk. This represents territorial invasion. Now, the problem you've got of leaning over someone's desk is they'll resent it, and if they resent that because it's invasion, they'll resent you. Not only that, you can get into all sorts of trouble. Don't ever touch the interviewer. As you probably suspect that this guy didn't get the job. He's also got his tie caught in his briefcase, you might have noticed. This is a clear example of no strategy, no technique, no preparation. Okay, well, let's have a look at another man going for the same job, the same selling interview, the same bank loan, and see what we could have done to make ourselves more effective. This is my other brother, Percy. Because he's there early, he can get rid of that raincoat. He's ahead of time with his number 5 watch. He can get rid of all that and walk into the interview with his hands free. First rule, get rid of anything in your hands apart from what you need. Let's have a look at this fella. He has the number 5 glasses, clean-shaven face, number 5 hair, number 5 suit by Anthony Squires. He has a left-handed military-striped tie, briefcase in his left hand so he can shake hands with his right hand, doesn't have to fumble, and he has, of course, his standard lace-up shoes. When you enter an office, never hesitate. Either walk straight in at the same speed or stop. He goes straight in, see what he does with the handshake, telescope the handshake so when you get there, there's no fumbling. They know exactly what's got to happen. Good technique. Now she's invited him to sit in the competitive defensive position. He gets rid of things in his hand next. Next, you mirror and copy the body language of the interviewer. Whatever they do, copy it. Now he's in the defensive position. He wants to get out of that position and get around beside her or get her around beside him. He knows if he hands over that information, he's going to be stuck in that seat, so now he talks about it in an attempt to encourage her out. Now he's going to try and ask her to come out from behind there to read the small print. Okay, now this time it's worked. Next strategy, again, continue the mirroring. Now when you do this mirroring, the other person gets a feeling there's something about you they kind of like. Sort of a rapport, because what they're seeing is you reflected in them. Now he can hand it over, and you've probably guessed who made the sale, got the job and got the loan. He did. This is an example of having strategy, being prepared and getting on with everybody. His car's undercover downstairs in the car park basement. Gets his umbrella back. It was a prepared strategy. He knew exactly what he was doing. Now the other fella can't even find his car. Remember where he let it? Doesn't matter. Yeah, the police found it. Television advertising is designed to sell us, to convince us to go and buy products. And for a TV ad to be memorable, it's got to have a couple of elements in it. Now, one of the most popular elements in recent years is the introduction of annoying and irritating personalities. Because they annoy us so much, we love to hate them. You all remember Madge with her hand in the dishwashing liquid? Here's a collection of some of the ads that you really have loved to hate in the last decade.
Like that?
Well, this fella here has been getting under people's skin for some time. Dynamo Man. He's not on anymore, but he was memorable.
We'll show you what Dynamo gets out stains, others leave behind.
Now, of course, Mrs. Marsh has been dipping chalk into ink now for a long, long time.
This liquid gets into chalk to make teeth really tough.
Again, she irritates us, but we remember her and we buy.
Colgate Fluoride.
This next fella, you either love him or hate him. There's no two ways about it.
Right treatment.
Love him or hate him, you all recognise him and know him, right? And the advertisement that currently is getting under most people's skin, here she comes in her balloon. Rita. No party would be complete without Rita coming with her margarine.
What do you reckon, love?
Rita 5-star, great taste, great value.
The expression you love. You might hate the ad, but the Eater margarine has been one of the big success stories in marketing through the memorability of that ad. Now, other advertisements use catchy jingles or other visual techniques to get us to remember them. Here's some of the ones you love to love. Here's some visual techniques. Got a few subtleties in it. The #1 selling ad right now. Now, when man meets woman, their bodies go through certain physical changes if they are attracted to each other, and these physical changes are used to sell products. For example, if you meet somebody you really like, a couple of things happen. First, stomach goes in, your chest goes out, you become taller, and you walk with a more pronounced walk. A couple of other things happen. Your heart begins to beat faster, and this causes blood pressure to build, and the blood, first of all, starts to show in the cheeks, and you get this flushing. It also starts to pump to your ears, and your earlobes expand when you like somebody. Now, we're the only primate that has earlobes. None of them have it. And, of course, the earlobes expand. That's why it's an erotic area for kissing right here on the ear. The lips will also expand and become redder as blood pumps through. That's why pouting is so important. Makes you look sexy as a woman, not as a man. And also, the pupils of your eye will dilate. It'll get bigger when you see somebody that you really like. Now, let me show you how this works. We're going to build a face and show you how cosmetics market a woman's face. We start with a natural face, natural features. And the first thing we'll do, as most women will know, is to put on foundation, even out the skin tone. Next, by enlarging the eye display, we artificially make her look as though she's more interested in us because her eyes appear to be bigger, so we find her more attractive. It's the purpose of eye makeup. Now we add the capillaries flushing in the cheeks by putting on blusher. We enlarge the lip display next. We're the only primate with lips on the outside of the face. Monkeys and chimps have them inside. And the technique of lipstick is to show that she is excited because the blood's pulsing. Now, at the end of last century, ladies of the night wore this on their cheeks, so now she's a sex symbol. We enlarge the earlobe display by putting dangling earrings, hang the hair in the face, and here is our final package ready for marketing. Now, what we've done is taken very basic and natural features, such as this, and just by adding a body language signal like this, we change the whole impact of what you see. Interesting package, isn't it? Here is how those signals are used to market. Here is currently a top-selling poster. Now, if you look at this, the most noticeable feature is this great big pair of red lips. Right here. Now, if you look a little bit lower, you'll see there's quite a bit of exposed wrist. See this here? When a woman likes you, fellas, she will talk and expose her wrist. If she doesn't like you, the wrists are out of sight. Look across, you'll see some great big round shoulders. See this here? Round shoulder. Looking at a rounded shoulder has been an essential signal for women for about 2,000 years. The most noticeable thing, of course, is that great big round pair of dilated pupils that you can see right here. Now, to show you how important the dilated pupil is in marketing, Mother Nature has endowed these creatures. Aren't they beautiful? How would you feel about them if they looked like this? Here is a collection. Here's a collection of ads where body language signals have been used. See what you can find.
Real potato taste of smooth crinkle cut potato.
Yeah, we love this little fella, don't we? Yeah, there are the pupils. Here's the full face display.
Choose them because I'm here. Chocolatey caramel. Ooh,
This is fantastic.
Now this next one is very, very clever. Watch for the constricting pupil. Now, just in case you missed it, here it is again in slow motion. When we don't like something, our pupils constrict, they get smaller. See that? That's why you say someone's got beady little eyes. Very clever, isn't it? Now, here are the lip and eye displays and a whole group of them. Great for selling videos. Now, if you take the lipstick off someone and put a cheesel in their mouth, they don't look so attractive, right? Now, in courtship, the most powerful signal that's sent is intimate gaze. That's where you meet someone's gaze and you hold it longer than is socially acceptable. And intimate gaze is where you look from the person's eyes to below their chin. If you hold the gaze, it sends a very powerful signal. This next advertisement gets my personal body language award for the most creative body language signal. See how many signals you can see in this commercial.
If you know it, you ought to beware. Somewhere west man, they're not playing the game at all fair. I'm sure they're wet, you know it just isn't fair. That's somewhere.
Doesn't that do something for you?